Alright, so today's challenge is SMR only. And if you are familiar with the SMR, or just simply familiar with Black Ops 2 Zombies at all, you'll probably know that this is regarded as probably the worst weapon in the game. Only argument is the War Machine, and guess what challenge I'm doing next? War Machine only. So I started off the game by giving myself the gun using a command on plutonium. I just didn't want to have to deal with the RNG of getting it first, and I would have to kill with other things to even get it anyway. So it's more true to the challenge if I just give it to myself, and then later on in the game, whenever I run out of ammo, to get it back, I'll simply trade it for a wall gun and hit the box, just so that, I'm not just giving it to myself and taking out, part of the challenge. But for the beginning of the game, I just gave it to myself because I didn't want to have to play like the beginning of the game just hitting the box. It would just takes out the RNG of all of that. And walking into this challenge, my main goal was round 50, and I actually have done this challenge before a while back in the past, and I got to round 44, and then I believe I died to a nuked zombie like blowing up from the lava. So yeah, all I really wanted to get to round 50, but if I don't get to 50, at least beating my old PB of 44 would be nice. But the main goal was round 50. And obviously I'm playing this on Plutonium, which is on PC, and I don't have a cord to plug in my controller, so I was playing this on keyboard and mouse, which is a disadvantage for me as well because I am very new to it. I've been playing on it recently, but I have literally played controller my entire life on pretty much every game, so randomly switching to keyboard and mouse in like the last week or two, I'm definitely not used to it at all. So not only was I using a gun that is absolutely horrific, I am playing on an input that I'm not really that good at. And because my attempt at this challenge was so long ago, I really didn't remember how well the SMR did on early rounds. I also played that on console, so I didn't just give myself it. So I really didn't know, and honestly, I had no hope for it because I was about to run out of ammo in round 8 before I got insanely lucky with a max ammo with like 5 bullets left. So my hopes for this thing were already out the window, and I was literally expecting to probably have to pack a punch like nearly before round 10. Luckily, on round 11, I actually got another lucky max ammo when I had like 50 bullets left, but I was already running out barely past round 10, so I was definitely expecting to absolutely have to pack a punch before round 20 for sure, and probably even do a trade before round 30 because this thing just seemed like it was going to fall off so quickly. Honestly, to my surprise, I got to round 17 without getting low on ammo again, but here on round 17 I had 20 left and then 6 in the reserve, so it wasn't looking good for the SMR. I was probably going to have to pack a punch very soon, and I did not get a max ammo with these last 9 bullets, so I ended up having to pack a punch at kind of the end of the round. So I mean, yeah, did not get anything. I mean, I got an insta-kill, but all that did was get me through the end of it, and I had to pack a punch anyway at kind of the end of 17, beginning of 18, which honestly, not too bad with the SMR, I guess, but where it shines, I guess, if you want to consider the thing shining at all, is when it's pack a punch because it has literally so much ammo. Also, if you didn't know, for whatever reason, when you double pack a punch this thing, it just loses like half its ammo. So if for whatever reason you're ever doing an SMR challenge, don't double pack a punch it, or you will lose like almost all the ammo. I think instead of like the 390 it will have in the reserve, like normally, I think it goes down to like 210. So you lose a lot of its ammo if you double pack punch it. It's something to do with like there were some nerfs it got during the life cycle where they forgot to like increase the ammo about it. I don't know the exact like reasoning behind it, but it's something to do with some nerfs or buffs that it received. All things considered, the challenge was going pretty well. I mean, I was only at round 19, but still, I wasn't struggling at all. Town is one of those maps that I usually have like some early round mess ups on whenever I try to high round it. Like I'll just do a couple attempts and I'll usually have some early round fails, deaths, or just dumb mistakes. But this was my first attempt and I was playing on keyboard and mouse and I was doing fine. So I was hoping that I would just first attempt this and get to round 50. Pretty unlikely, but I mean, hey, if I could have, then that would have been absolutely insane. Also, this like spot that I'm in, this is where I train on any time I play town. Basically, when you're training over here, not only is it just a good spot to train, but you get no carpenters over here, and in a challenge like this, getting an extra nuke, max ammo, or insta-kill is absolutely huge. Just on this map in general, even when you're just high rounding, that's huge, because it being a survival map, you don't really have any super good guns, so having as extra insta-kills and nukes really matters. And in this, where an extra insta-kill, nuke, or max ammo can absolutely delay like more and more trades and just make this already slow challenge a little less slow, I'm absolutely going to take that, because it'll take carpenters out of my drop cycle and I'll only be getting nukes, double points, insta kills, and max ammos. So yeah, that's why I stay over here. I know that some people like to train at the bottom of the jug stairs or just like more in the middle of the map, but I stay over here for that reason and because this is just a spot that I'm used to. And on insta-kills, I would just absolutely spam. I wouldn't try to like make sure I was hitting my shots at all, because I figured I was going to have to do trades, and I would rather just be able to spam, get as many out on insta-kill, rather than worry about ammo and not get as many kills. It's not that this thing was weak already, because honestly, it really wasn't. I wasn't even really getting that low on ammo because it has so much pack punched. But I was kind of trying to play like as fast as I could on the rounds where it was actually strong, because I knew that later on in the game, this thing was going to be so insanely weak, and that the rounds in at least the 40s were going to be so slow. That's what my main concern for this was, like the 40s, because the health increase in the 40s is like absolutely insane. If you play a game of town just playing normally, you'll notice how quickly the ray gun falls off in the 40s. So imagine going through that with an SMR, which is literally like the worst gun in the game. You can also notice that I was very confident, considering I didn't even buy the door to quick revive and I'm on around 24. I don't even know why I did that now that I'm looking back at this, editing it. That's kind of just dumb. There's really no reason to not open that and just get quick revive, but I mean, I guess I did that for just bonus points. But because I'm not actually killing that many at a time, because this thing just really isn't that good, it made it to where I only had to deal with probably like, I don't know, 5 to 10 respawning zombies at a time. So there weren't too many close calls, except the one you just saw, where I don't even know how I managed to walk through that gap. That was probably just luck. But like I said, I wasn't having to deal with that many respawning at a time, so a lot of the time it was pretty easy to train. I would just turn around, usually try to hit headshots, but sometimes hip fire, just because, I mean, like I said, I'm not that used to keyboard, so my aim on it isn't really that good, even though it is zombies and it's really easy to aim for the head. It's just in this spot where it's kind of small, a lot of time I just felt like it was better to hip fire, because I could actually get more shots out rather than having to ADS and shoot. And here's the last little group of zombies of round 29. I actually hit round 30 way faster than I thought I would. I got there in less than 50 minutes, which, I mean, for town isn't really like an amazing time, but for SMR only, it seemed pretty quick, and it actually made me confident that the game wasn't going to be nearly as long as I thought, which I would be proven wrong later on, believe me. But I got pretty overconfident here, thinking that I got to 30 so quickly. But I mean, that health increase in the 40s and even the late 30s, I mean, it is just truly horrible with this gun. On round 33, that health increase would really start to show, where even with an insta-kill when I got low on ammo, I still was not able to get a max. So I end up completely running out of ammo on round 33, and this is where the game really starts to show you what I'm in for, basically. I'm going to have to just trade it out for the M14 or Olympia, whatever wall gun is close, usually the M14, but sometimes the Olympia if I don't want to just walk into that little corner there. So yeah, I pretty much have to trade out my SMR for a wall gun, and then just go over to the box and hit it until I get another SMR. I'm not just going to give myself the SMR with the command every time, because that would, first of all, just make the game not as interesting, and it would just be kind of easy, to be honest, because, I mean, the training spot's not too bad. So yeah, I pretty much just run over here, trade out the SMR for the Olympia, and then have to just hit the box for a new SMR. Never did I think I would be hoping for an SMR from the box, but I mean, here we are, I guess. So, yeah, this is like the part of the game that I was really scared of, because on my town high round games, I usually end up dying doing trades. Usually I die in the top of the bar doing trades, but I have died in this spot in the past. I got very lucky here and was able to get the SMR back after only my second box hit. You can kind of see I was pretty happy there. And then I realized, like, oh wow, the Unpack Punch SMR is actually just like trash. The Pack Punch version, while still pretty trash, is just so much better than the Unpack Punch version. I mean, it is just actually insane. This thing felt like a water gun at this point already, and I'm only on round 33. The thing was actually so bad that I wasn't even able to kill the last few zombies with the ammo from it, and had to literally Pack-a-Punch it to even get rid of like the last, I don't know, like 10 zombies of the round. And it has 160 bullets. The 160 bullets of it wouldn't kill like the 10 zombies, and I have to get to round 50 with only this gun. I mean, this is just truly, truly torture. And then just a couple rounds later, on round 36, I was super, super low on ammo yet again, and was really hoping for a max with these last couple shots, and unfortunately, I got absolutely nothing, so it was time for a second trade, and I still do not have EMPs. If you don't know, the EMPs, you can hit the zombies with the EMP, and they won't attack you or hit you or anything, as long as you don't run into them, sprint near them, or shoot a gun. So I had to do another trade. Luckily for me, I got the gun back very quickly, but I didn't get EMPs from this trade either, so the next one I was going to have to do without EMPs again, and non-EMP trades are pretty risky, but I mean, I was happy to get the gun back super fast, as you can see by me spam knifing the air and kind of looking around really quickly. So it was time to continue on with the game again. On round 37, I pick up an insta-kill and immediately start kind of just spamming with it, trying to get as many kills as possible, although the thing is kind of inaccurate. And then right here, I got hit a couple times, am not red screen at all, and then I got walked up behind and just straight up one-hit me while I was not red screened. I did not expect that at all. I didn't think I was that low. I kind of thought if I was one hit, I would have, been red screened like you're supposed to, but I guess I did not get that luxury. And as soon as I got up, there was another insta-kill that I was able to pick up, so I got that and was kind of trying to maximize it while also being safe, but I almost ended up dying a couple times just kind of trying to run around here. I wanted my perks back, but I also wanted to get some kills with the insta-kill because my gun kind of already sucks at this point, so it was just annoying because that down was just kind of stupid. I literally got like one hit while not even red screened. I ended up recovering fine from that down, but at the end of the round, with just 2 zombies left, I was completely out of ammo pretty much, and wasn't even able to kill them with the last couple bullets, so I had to just go do a trade with 2 zombies left of the round. I got the gun back pretty quick. It didn't take too long at all, so yeah, I got it back, and then I did another hit just to see if I could get EMPs, because I really wanted them for when I was having to do trades in the middle of the round later on. But I didn't get them, so I was really hoping to get them on my next trade, and I just continued on with the game again. This was my 3rd trade of the game. I'm not going to show all of them because there's just simply too many to show, so from now on, if you're not seeing every trade, just know there is some happening, but I'm not showing them all because I don't want to show you guys me hitting the box a bunch. And if you're wondering what the regular, just normal rounds looked like while I had ammo, it was literally just walk in circles and shoot the zombies with what was now pretty much a Nerf gun because it's doing like absolutely nothing. It's pretty much just a point farmer at this point. I'm just walking in circles, trying my best to hit headshots, probably missing some of them because I'm pretty sure the iron sight of this thing is actually off by a little bit. I don't know if that like counts towards this sight. If it does, then I was definitely missing some headshots, but I was also just hip firing half the time, so I mean, yeah, the normal rounds while I had ammo were literally just walk in the circle and just spam shoot this thing as much as possible, get rid of the ammo while getting as many kills as possible, then do a trade, and just repeat. And eventually when I did have to do a trade, I had to do one mid-round in the top of the bar, and what I hate even more than having to do a trade up here mid-round is having to do a trade for an SMR and literally get rid of a ray gun. That just feels painful, trading in a ray gun for a foul on town. I mean, it was just awful. Plus, doing trades up here on keyboard and mouse was just absolutely terrifying for me because I die up here all the time on town high rounds. So just trading up here was just terrifying, and I was really hoping to just get EMPs as soon as possible. And then I got monkeys and got excited because I thought they were EMPs, and I mean, yeah, this was just horrible. I hate doing trades up there. But a little while later, I ended up getting the EMPs, EMPing the full horde, and then just going and doing the rest of the trade. And then I got the SMR back, so it was back to just SMRing the full horde for as long as I can until I have to do another trade. But this time I'll actually have the EMPs, which makes the trades a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster. And then just a little bit later, I ended up hitting round 40 in less than 2 hours. Again, this surprised me with how fast it was. I really expected getting around 40 with only a SMR to be way, way, way slower. But, I mean, like I said and have been saying, the 40s are where this really does get bad. The health increases by a lot, and the game just as a whole gets way, way, way more awful in the 40s. Another thing that's awful are the nukes in Black Ops 2, because not only do lava zombies explode after being nuked, but the zombies take forever to die and new ones spawn in while these ones are dying. So let's say they were to trap you against a truck, let the new ones spawn in, and then hold you against said truck and let the new ones kill you. That wouldn't be that good, and that's exactly what happened to me while I had an insta-kill ready to be used. So not only did I go down, but that insta-kill got completely wasted because the Black Ops 2 nuke system is actually horrendous. I mean, the fact that, like, the ones that are getting nuked take forever to die and new ones spawn in is just so stupid. I literally got pinned against the side of a truck by dying zombies and just absolutely banged against the side of it by the newly spawned in ones. I actually just hate the nukes in Black Ops 2. And if I have to go through the pain of that death, then I'm going to make you guys sit through the pain of this box trade. Watch me trade this ray gun for an SMR on round 40, because this is how to trigger a Zombies Player 101 right here. A ray gun trade for an SMR on round 40. Also, I decided to get rid of my starting pistol for the ballistic knife because obviously I'm not going to be killing anything with a ballistic knife on round 40, and they just have better mobility, and having them takes them out of the box, so I'll have slightly better odds for, you know, an SMR when I'm doing trades. So yeah, I just got rid of my starting pistol for the ballistic knife, and obviously I'm not killing them. Even if I was to shoot them or knife with them, they're not going to do anything. I will be posting the full gameplay of this. It'll be linked in the description for anyone who might think that I have cheated or anything since I'm on plutonium and I have the command bar. I'll post the full gameplay just to prove that I did only use the SMR. And in case you thought the clip of me getting rid of the ray gun for the SMR was bad, here's me getting the ray gun Mark II and then immediately getting rid of it for the RPD because I need the SMR. And if you thought that was bad, here is me getting a regular ray gun on that exact same trade and then immediately getting rid of it yet again because I still need to get the SMR. And if you thought that was bad, here's me getting it again on the exact same trade and getting rid of it immediately again. And that's not the end, because I got it again on the same trade, and then finally, while holding it, got my SMR back and was able to go back to playing the game. That might be the actual most insane luck ever, and I can't use any of it and have to just use the SMR instead. Like, this game was actually just bullying me. And to make things so much worse, later on in the exact same round while doing another trade, I end up getting the ray gun, and then while still doing said trade, I get stuck and I take my final quick revive down. So I am now on round 41, no quick revives left, with the 9 longest rounds of the challenge to still do. Keep in mind, these next 9 rounds will take a very long time, probably like 5 hours until round 50. Also, right there, I don't know if you noticed, but I got an EMP from the box. One singular EMP while already having EMPs. I am assuming that's just one of those weird things that can happen in a custom game on plutonium. I didn't know that that could happen at all. I was very confused, and I don't think I even noticed that I got said EMP. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just really weird. Even though round 41 seemed absolutely cursed, I ended up getting an insta-kill just a little bit later into it, and that got me through the rest of it. That insta-kill actually killed a ton of zombies, so I was pretty happy with that, and I got a max ammo from it as well. So on to round 42, 8 more rounds to go, which may not seem like a lot to get through, but I have no quick revives, and these rounds are very long. I think at this point it's probably 2 to 3 trades per round. The rounds are pretty long, and I mean, like I said, it's a very long time till 50. So if I want to make it to 50, I have to really just log in. And here is just a reference point as to how slow this is. Round 42 took about 13 minutes, which doesn't actually sound that slow for like a challenge video wise. Obviously, just a normal round 42, 13 minutes is absolutely horrible and is insanely slow. But for this challenge, that may not sound too bad. But later on in the 40s, like just 4 or 5 rounds later than this, the rounds would be taking over 30 minutes for me. So that jump right there just kind of shows you how quickly the health goes up and how fast this gun falls off. And at this point in the game, the absolute best part of it is when I get an insta-kill and I'm finally able to kill things at a somewhat good pace. Because running in circles with the SMR that's literally doing like absolutely nothing is just so annoying. So when I finally get an insta-kill and I'm actually able to do things, it is so insanely nice. It's definitely not nearly as efficient as a normal insta-kill on this map where you're using something like a Mustang and Sally, but it still feels so nice to just get as many kills as possible in a quick time rather than just walking in circles with basically hitting the zombies with a wet napkin at this point. And when I said the game gets slower quick, I really meant it. With round 45 starting at about 3 hours and 19 minutes in, this round did not end until about 3 hours and 43 minutes. So a like 24-minute round compared to the 13-minute round I had just had a couple rounds ago. Like, that health increase is just insane. Obviously, it's got to do a little bit with trade luck as well, but my trade luck really wasn't that bad this round either. It's just literally this gun is falling off so much because of how much the health is going up. And obviously trade luck, mine was not great here. It was better on the other round, but it really wasn't that bad here. A lot of it has to do with just how much more zombies there are and how much the health is going up. And round 46 was more of the same, just trading, shooting as much, not really getting any kills with it, and just keep on going. Luckily, I had EMPs for a good portion of the trade so far. Whenever I didn't have them during a trade, I would usually just take monkeys and see if I could get them back, but I wasn't like, when I used my last EMP, making sure to not end the trade until I got EMPs back, because that would just slow down an already incredibly slow game. I was rather just taking the risk on some non-EMP trades rather than always making sure I had them, because I mean, like I said, this game's already insanely slow. I don't want to make it even slower by making sure I'm getting EMPs all the time and just extending the box trades. And round 46 started about 3 hours and 44 minutes into the game, and it didn't end up ending until about 4 hours and 16 minutes in, so that's a 32-minute round. You can just see how much longer these rounds are just getting. Like, it's actually insane how much longer they got in like such a quick time. Like, just the early 40s were like 10 to 15 minute rounds, like I was saying. Like, it was a 13-minute round for 42 or whatever, and now it's a 32-minute round at 46. That's just literally crazy. And I think I was having to do 3 or 4 trades at this point. I mean, the insta-kills and nukes were like absolutely amazing because the SMR was doing like nothing, literally. I mean, it was just actually horrible how long these rounds were taking with this thing. Unfortunately for me, 47 was one of the times where I didn't have EMPs when I was doing a trade, so I just had to do it normally. And I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not too great at mouse and keyboard, so doing trades without EMPs was pretty scary. Although I had done it a ton of times already this game, it was still scary every time I would have to. And I almost actually just fully threw the game right here while doing this trade and died in the exact same spot. I don't know how I managed to jump through that. I was so happy to live that because, I mean, coming all this way to die just 3 rounds off of 50 while I was nearly 30 minutes into this round would have just sent me over the edge. And then, of course, just like a minute later, while doing this same trade in the top of the bar, I got clipped by a tiny little zombie who got just barely in front of me, and I actually did die 3 rounds off my goal over like 30 minutes into this round. I was not about to redo this whole thing because I was nearly 5 hours into this, and I still had probably over an hour to go. There was no freaking way I was redoing this. I was completely done. So, long story short, I still absolutely hate the SMR, and I am not trying this again anytime soon. It's just too freaking long for me to care to endlessly attempt it. I think I would actually go insane. So let's hope the War Machine only on Origins goes better than this. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.